I've been asked by a few people how my Whisper 905 torque electric bike behaves in the wind. Since I took delivery of my Whisper torque, it hasn't really been windy enough for me to test it, so at this moment in time I really don't know. Given today is a bit breezy, I thought now was the perfect time to answer this question and see just exactly what the Whisper 905 torque is like to ride in the wind. I have to admit, I'm not a great fan of wind, and I try and avoid windy days as much as I possibly can. However, there are times when I'm out and about, the weather takes a turn for the worse, the wind picks up, and the cycle ride suddenly becomes quite a struggle. I have to say that I'm not expecting too much from the Whisper torque on a windy day. I mean, it's not really a fast bike, as those who've seen my video, how fast is the Whisper torque, will know. Electric bikes aren't particularly fast, since there's a lot of weight there, and once the motor stops or cuts out, which in the UK is around 15 miles an hour, they are a real slog to get any faster. So like I said, I'm not really expecting much, so let's go carry on with this ride and see what it's like. I don't know if the camera's picking up just how windy it is today, but it is fairly breezy. And whilst it's not going to be a particularly fast ride, I'm not going to judge it on the speed, I'm going to judge it on how tired I am to get the bike moving in the wind. At the moment, okay, I am breathing fairly heavy, which is to be expected because I am putting in some effort, but it's not as hard as what I thought it would be. The wind is definitely blowing. Directional wise, I think it's a bit of a side wind, so it's not really a proper test. Hopefully I'll go head on to it very soon. Anyway, so here we go. At the moment I'm knocking along around 15.5 miles an hour, which is to be expected. The power assist is on number 4, which is the maximum. I really don't know what my heart rate is doing. I should really wear my heart rate monitor at some point. But at the moment I feel pretty comfortable. I am a little bit out of breath, but not massively. Right, okay, as a test I'll take off the power assist. There we go, it's just my leg power now. The speed is dropping down ever so slowly, but I'm still knocking along at around 15.5-ish miles an hour. As you can see, I'm in a downhill section at the moment, so this really isn't a fair representation. Right, yeah, it's still going downhill, speed is going up. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but hopefully it is and you can see. Right, here we go. Now a slight uphill bit. Just have a little bit of power assist so I don't tire myself out too much. And up we go, still knocking along around 15.5 miles an hour, which is what I'd kind of be expecting. Right, we'll just get this junction out of the way and then we'll take the power off again. And see what difference it makes. Alright, here we go. Right, here we go, let's take the power off. It's just my leg power now, knocking along around 15.4, slowly going down. The wind direction again, not head on, bit of a side wind. Speed is still going down. It's becoming a bit of a slog now, and I've got to say my legs are actually pushing down quite hard. Yeah, it's definitely more difficult, but then bearing in mind this bike is 24 kilos, which is twice as much as my racer and my mountain bike. It's to be expected, really. Right, let's have some power assist so I don't tire myself out. I'm waiting for a bit of headwind so we can really test out how this bike performs. Right, so this is the headwind I wanted to test this bike. Power assist is on 4, knocking along at about 15.4 miles an hour. Just going through a bit of a sheltered bit at the moment. Hopefully at the end of this the wind will blow hard in my face. Anyway, knocking along around 15 miles an hour. The motor's obviously still working. I'm putting in some effort. Right, here we go. We're now out in the open. Still doing 15.5-ish miles an hour. I can feel I'm actually doing some exercise, as I expect. But I'm not really busting the gut, which is good. Right, let's turn the power assist off to 0. As you can see, the speed has gone down. This is a lot harder. I'm putting in much more effort. But once again, I am pushing along 24 kilos of bike. Speed is still decreasing. Change gear. Yeah, it's definitely hard work now. Not as enjoyable at all. Speed is still going down. Right, let's put the power back up. And all of a sudden the bike takes off to the 15.5-ish miles an hour. Yeah, this is a lot more comfortable, a lot easier, and a lot more enjoyable. In fact, I could probably cycle along like this all day. So what is my Whisper like to ride in the wind? This quick test has shown that it's brilliant. You can knock along at 15 odd miles an hour. The motor's obviously helping out, as you'd expect. But then that's what riding an electric bike is all about. I really can't be bothered to bust the gut trying to get somewhere on windy days. And even though this bike is a joy to ride in the wind, I'm not suddenly going to become a fan of it and wait for those windy conditions and then think, oh, I know what, I'll go for a ride. What this will be useful for is those times when I'm out on a ride or have to go out, the weather takes a turn for the worst, the wind picks up and I have to go head to wind home, which, to be honest, I really don't like. So there we have it. If you want a bike that's good in the wind, an electric bike is definitely one you should consider.